Hello students, hope you are doing well and you are safe at your home. So students, today we will start our topic of worm and worm gear. In this topic, we will design a worm gear. We will introduce you about the worm gear. So let's start. So students, first is what is worm gear? So worm gear is a gear which transmits power or motion between non-parallel and non-intersecting shafts. So it helps in transmitting power between non-parallel and non-intersecting shafts. So generally, worm is a driving member. So worm that is in linear position is a driving member generally in all the arrangements, and worm gear is driven member. Okay, a worm will be right-handed or left-handed thread. So worm which is in linear position, that is it may be in right-handed thread or it may be left-handed thread. Okay, so you know about the right-handed thread and left-handed thread, so that is the only difference about the threads. Worm and worm gear have same hand of helix. So both the worm wheel as well as the worm has the same hand of helix. So same angles for both the gears, from worm as well as from the worm wheel. So what are the advantage of worm and worm wheel or worm and worm gear? So advantage, it have the reduction ratio of 70 is to 1. That means if the worm will rotates one time, then the worm will rotate 70 times. That gives you the larger reduction ratio. Okay, so it finds application in different places. So smooth and silent operation. So it have the smooth and silent operation and compact in design, and efficiency is less than 50%. So sometimes efficiency less than 50% gives you also application in different places. So we can use this in different places where we require less efficiency. Next is disadvantage of worm and worm wheel. So disadvantage includes low efficiency, which is also the disadvantage. Effective cooling required because due to friction there is lots of heat generated. So for removing the heat we required cooling, effective cooling. And third is power transmission capacity low. So the power transmission capacity is low for worm and worm wheel. So this is the disadvantage of worm and worm wheel. Next, worm and worm gear terminology. So as you know that in the start of the gear chapter we have discussed about the gear terminology. So the worm and worm gear have some different terminology terms, which includes lead angle and normal pitch, axial pitch. Okay, and there may be a different pitch diameter. Okay, so axial pitch, you already know that the difference between about the axis between the two tooths is known as axial pitch. Normal pitch is the difference between the two teeth about the normal is known as normal pitch, and lead angle is the angle between the vertical and the angle of and the teeth is known as lead angle. That means the angle between the vertical line and the teeth angle and the slant of teeth angle is known as lead angle. So these diagrams show you some dimensions or gear terminology of helical gear, which includes addendum, face length, lead, triple, and many more. So these are the very simple terms. You usually understand about these terms from the given diagrams. Okay, now we go further, and I will tell you about the few definitions of the gear terminology in worm and worm gear. Okay, so first is helix angle in terminology. So angle made by teeth with axis of rotation. The angle made by teeth with axis of rotation is helix angle, and lead angle I already discussed in previous diagram. Angle made by teeth with plane perpendicular to axis of worm is known as lead angle. Axial pitch distance between point on one teeth to the corresponding point on next teeth is known as axial pitch. And next is lead of worm. Okay, lead of worm is also a terminology term. distance between one teeth to the corresponding next teeth on same helix. Okay, on same helix, that is the main point that is noted. So the distance between one teeth to the next teeth on same helix is known as lead of worm, and diametrical quotient ratio of pitch circle diameter of worm to the axial module. So diametrical quotient is also important term. Pitch circle diameter to the axial module, and center distance, you already know, distance between worm center to the worm gear is known as center distance. So these terms used in our design procedure of worm and worm gear. Next is design of worm gear. As students, if you watch the previous videos of design of spur gear, design of helical gear and design of bevel gear, you may understand more about the designing of the gears. So in the design of worm gear, there is also the same procedure. In previous videos, we also discussed about how we can start from the first point. So from the first point, we have a design for beam strength, then we go for wear strength, and then we go for effective load, and we will compare them, and we will measure the safe design. So in designing of bevel worm gear, we will also start with beam strength, and the equation for bending strength is, that is denoted by FB, or beam strength, is equal to sigma BG dot B dot Mn dot Y. So students, in worm and worm gear arrangements, basically the worm gear is always weaker as compared to worm. So we generally take worm gear is always weaker as compared to worm. So in sigma BG, you already know that sigma BG is a bending stress in gear, B is face width, Mn is normal module, and Y is Lewis form factor. And this equation is taken from Lewis equation, or this equation is known as Lewis equation. And you already know about the wear strength formula, dg dot b dot k. In this formula, there is we don't take Q. In the other spur gear, helical gear and bevel gear, we already take Q as a ratio factor, but in this designing of worm gear, we don't take the ratio factor. Okay, and other formulations are same, that is effective load, and other static load, WT, all the formulations are same. Okay, so now we can go for the first numerical for designing of worm gear. So students, the first numerical for designing of worm gear is a triple threaded worm. That means a worm have three threads, three teeth. That means the worm has three teeth rotating at 1200 rpm, and worm is rotating at 1200 rpm. Drives a worm gear having 36 teeth, and worm gear have 36 teeth. Transmit 15 kilowatt power. The teeth are of 20 degree, full depth involute profile. The axial pitch of worm is 31.41 millimeter and pitch diameter 60 millimeter. 60. If mu is 0.03, then calculate helix angle of worm, speed ratio, the center distance, stress in worm gear, and efficiency of drive. Okay, so these 5 terms we need to calculate, and there are few terms are given to us. So students, this is the given data. TW, teeth on the wheel, or we can say the teeth on worm, which is the linear portion. Okay, and the speed of worm 1200 rpm, teeth on gear 36, and power input is equal to 15 kilowatt, pressure angle 20 degree, and axial pitch 31.41, that is given in statement, and diameter of the worm 60 millimeter, and similarly mu coefficient of friction is 0.03. We go further. First we have to find out the helix angle, and how we can find out helix angle. The formula for lead of worm is axial pitch multiplied by teeth on worm. So from here we can get the lead of worm, and the formula of lead angle, that is lambda, is equal to tangent lambda is equal to L divided by pi dw. Dw is a diameter of worm. So from here we can easily find out lambda by taking tangent inverse opposite side. So lambda is 26.56. So after finding lambda we can easily find out the helix angle. So formula for finding helix angle is sigma xi w plus lambda. Xi w is the helix angle for worm gear, and xi w plus lambda is equal to 90 degree. So xi w is 63.44. And the second first term is already calculated, that is 63.44, that is full helix angle. Second term we have calculate speed ratio. So you know that what is speed ratio. Speed ratio is nothing, it is also known as gear ratio, reduction ratio, and it is equal to number of teeth on follower divided by number of teeth on driver. Okay, so number of teeth on follower, that means on his gear, on 36, and number of teeth on the driver is 3. So we can get the wheel speed ratio, that is 18. Next is center distance, and we know that what is center distance. So center distance A is denoted by A m. Pi m, you know that m is module, and circular pitch is already also equal to pi m. So center distance, how we can calculate? The formulation for center distance calculation is dg plus dw divided by 2, where dg is diameter of gear and dw is diameter of worm. So we have first calculate dg from the formula, that is pi m, or we can find this value dg from the module formulation, that is module is equal to diameter divided by teeth. So we have teeth on gear and we have teeth on worm. So from the formula of module, that is diameter divided by teeth, we can easily find out dg and dw. And by putting the value of dg and dw, we get the center distance, that is 110. So after finding out the center distance, we go for efficiency, that is phi v is virtual frictional angle, and is equal to mu divided by cos of phi n, where phi n is a normal, and we can say that normal pressure angle. And by putting the value, we can easily find out virtual friction angle, that is 1.8285. And for finding efficiency, the formula for finding efficiency is tangent lambda divided by tangent bracket phi v plus lambda. You know that phi v is a virtual friction angle and lambda is a lead angle. So we already find out the lead angle. By putting the value, we will get the efficiency, that is 92.57. In the fifth step, stress in worm. So we have to find out stress in worm. So we have given the power input, and we in the previous step calculate efficiency. So when we find out power output, that is PO, is equal to power input multiplied by efficiency, we will get power output, that is 13,875. Similarly, we can find out effective load, that is F effective is equal to KAWT divided by CV. By putting values, we will get the F effective 7360.74. And for the gear ratio, how we can find out the gear ratio? You know that the speed of the driver divided by speed of the follower, we will get gear ratio, that is 1200 divided by ng, and ng is 100, and by putting this value, we will get the gear ratio. Okay, and what is the gear ratio? That is 12. So for finding the FB, that means we already find out in our for finding FB, that means beam strength. Putting all the above values in the formula of Lewis equation or beam strength, we will get the answer of bending strength, that is 159.12 sigma bg. We don't have the value of sigma bg, that is the bending stress for the gear, okay, worm gear. So by putting this value of FB, or comparing this value with this factor of safety multiplied by F effective, we will get this value of bending stress for gear, that is 60.8 megapascal. So students, this is our one of the numerical on worm gear, and it is very simple. If you solve numericals on spur gear, helical gear, and bevel gear, you can easily solve the numericals on bomb and worm gear also, because the formulation and procedure for the designing of the gear are simple. And if you can solve 3 to 4 numericals on every topic, then you can easily solve your problems in theoretical exams. So in our next lecture or next session, we will take more numericals on helical gear, or we will try to solve unsolved numerical from VB Bandari book on helical gear. Till then, thank you. Keep learning, keep watching, and keep enhancing your knowledge. Thank you.